talking about the Royal Rumble. This is going to be our final topic on the entire Wrestle Havoc podcast. The Royal Rumble is going to be taking place tomorrow. It's going to be taking place in Tropicana Field, and I'm going to be giving you guys a preview and predictions for the Royal Rumble. And honestly, man, the Royal Rumble is a show I'm very excited about. I am very excited about what we are possibly going to be seeing in the Royal Rumble. Let's go through this card real quick. For the United States Championship, the U.S. title is on the line, as Logan Paul will be defending his title against Kevin Owens. I think this match is going to be a great match. You guys already know my thoughts on Logan Paul's in-ring work. I think his in-ring work is phenomenal. And him being the United States champion, you know, a lot of people crap on Logan Paul, and I would understand that. But if you really think about it, they want to get that mainstream notoriety. So that is why Logan Paul is currently the United States champion. And that is the way WWE does business. But when it comes to Logan Paul and Kevin Owens, who's going to be winning this match, I think the match is going to be great, but I do not see Kevin Owens winning the United States Championship. We're not going to be seeing the new face of America once again. Kevin Owens is going to lose this match, and Logan Paul is going to be retaining. I think this match is going to be a great opener for the Royal Rumble event. If there's one match that you want to have a great opening match, it is Logan Paul and Kevin Owens. But I do think Logan Paul is going to be retaining the U.S. title, and he's going to drop that title till WrestleMania. WrestleMania is when he's going to drop that title, and I would assume he's going to drop that title to LA Knight, because they've been teasing an LA Knight match for a while now, and I would assume an LA Knight and Logan Paul match is definitely the way to go for WrestleMania. We have the undisputed Universal Championship match as Roman Reigns defends his title in a fatal four-way, as he defends his title against AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and LA Knight. Yeah, I think this match is going to be a great match. Now, there was a lot of speculation and talk about, you know, how this match, you know, would be booked and whether or not Roman Reigns could drop the undisputed titles in this match. I do not think Roman Reigns will drop his undisputed titles on this show. I think it's very foolish and stupid for a guy like Roman Reigns to drop the undisputed title, because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is coming back, and you want to book a Roman Reigns versus The Rock match at WrestleMania, in which we all know the match that should happen at WrestleMania, and that is Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns too. That is the match that we should be seeing at WrestleMania. 100%. That is the match that we should be seeing at WrestleMania. Now, in terms of The Rock, we do not know when that match is going to be taking place. There's rumors that it could possibly happen at the Elimination Chamber. That is really still up in the air. Now, The Rock, I believe, went on Stephen A. Smith's show and basically stated, like, if we're going to be doing that match, we want that match to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time if we do that match. Now, he didn't point to when that would happen. Some people are speculating that it could possibly be next year's WrestleMania, but we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. But as of this four-way match, Roman Reigns is going to be retaining his title end off. I do not see Roman Reigns dropping this title, getting pinned in a four-way, or dropping his title not getting pinned in this four-way. It is a very stupid idea for Roman Reigns to drop the undisputed title as we head on to the road to WrestleMania. So Roman Reigns is going to be retaining. We have the Women's Royal Rumble match. Some of the participants that were announced for the Women's Royal Rumble match were Bayley, Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Bianca Belair, Maxine Dupree, Ivy Nile, and 24 more women to be announced or to be surprise entrants in the Rumble. Now, there's a lot of talk about Mercedes, and Mercedes, of course, is a free agent, one of the hottest free agents in all of wrestling. Fightful actually put out an update regarding Mercedes Moné, and they stated, and I quote, "When Fightful asked a WWE source about the possibility of Mercedes Moné in the Royal Rumble, one source said, and I quote, 'Well, we're not really interested in the contract tampering with her, so I doubt it.'" That is very interesting. We're not really interested in contract tampering with her. Contract tampering with her. Now, that sounds a little bit hypocritical, because WWE themselves try to do contract tampering with guys like Adam Cole and Swerve Strickland, and I think Keith Lee as well. Swerve, I believe, even confirmed, like, yeah, they try to contract. They try to tamper my contract. But they're saying, hey, we don't want to contract tamper with her, so we're not going to do it. Could that mean that Mercedes is on her way to AEW? We do not know. We do not know. But do I see Mercedes Moné joining the Royal Rumble or making her return at the Royal Rumble? No, I do not. So don't get your hopes up. I know I said the same thing regarding CM Punk. You know, look, do not get your hopes up about CM Punk and Survivor Series. But if it does happen, I'll gladly go on this show and say that I was wrong. But do not, and I repeat, do not get your hopes up. Now, who do I think is going to be winning this Royal Rumble, this Women's Royal Rumble? I think there's only one logical choice, or two logical choices, depending on what they want to do, because they also have the Elimination Chamber. It's either Becky Lynch or Bayley. Bayley, because she has the storyline going on with Damage Control, and basically Damage Control are secretly, let's be honest, if you guys have been watching SmackDown recently, they're basically planning on secretly whacking, if this was a Mafia movie, if this was The Sopranos, they're secretly going to whack Bayley out of the group. That is what I see happening. But you also got on the Raw side, Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch having a segment a couple of weeks ago on Raw, basically telling you that they're going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. They basically told you they're going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. They could go either way. They could have this go on at the Elimination Chamber, or they could have this go on at the Royal Rumble. Any way, I'm fine with it. In any way, shape, or form, I am fine with it. But who would I see winning this Royal Rumble? I think the most logical choice is Bayley. And in terms of the Elimination Chamber, I do see them doing a number one contendership for Rhea Ripley's title at the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia. That is exactly what I see happening, but it could go either way. It could either be Becky Lynch or it could either be Bayley. But my pick, I choose Bayley to win the Women's Royal Rumble. In terms of the Men's Royal Rumble, and this is the major match, this Men's Royal Rumble is stacked, and the possibilities are endless. If there's one thing that WWE did very well in the build-up to this Royal Rumble, is they created the perception that anybody could win the Royal Rumble by having them have segments on the show, cutting up Rumble saying, no, you're not going to win the Royal Rumble, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. That is exactly what WWE is doing in terms of the Men's Royal Rumble match. And they did the exact same thing with the Women's Royal Rumble match. So that is great. The build-up for this Royal Rumble has been tremendous. But in the Men's Royal Rumble, the listed men that are going to be involved in this match are CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, who is the current Intercontinental Champion, Chad Gable, Otis, Akira Tozawa, Kofi Kingston, Damian Priest, who is currently Senior at Money in the Bank, and 19 more men to be announced or to be decided. Who's going to win the Royal Rumble? There's only 3 logical choices to win the Royal Rumble match. Only 3 logical choices to win this Royal Rumble match. And either one of them can be right. Because you could either work, you can work out the build as the way that you want it. Because you also have the Elimination Chamber. The only 3 logical men to win this Royal Rumble are CM Punk, who is the more likely to win the Royal Rumble because he just came back. Cody Rhodes, who won last year's Royal Rumble, but of course he's slated, hopefully, if the rumors are true, hopefully if the rumors are not true, hopefully if, he can win the Royal Rumble and face off against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, because that should be your main event of WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns should be your main event of WrestleMania. End off. No buts or ifs. No triple threat match. No match with The Rock. None of that. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, Night 2. That is your main event. Period. None of this triple threat bullshit, bro. You got the Vince McMahon mentality booking in your heads. Stop, please. And the last choice is the current Intercontinental Champion, Gunther. Gunther right now is having a career of a lifetime. He's the current Intercontinental Champion, the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. And in my opinion, one of the greatest Intercontinental Champions that we've seen in recent memory. And yes, I'm not exaggerating when I say that, because Gunther's fucking awesome. He's one of my favorite acts on WWE television right now. But it's interesting. CM Punk, if he wins the Royal Rumble, he faces off against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. But when it comes to Seth Rollins, we do not know the severity of his injury. But this past Monday on Raw, he did not vacate his World Heavyweight title. Seth Rollins said he's going to go to WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. Could that mean that CM Punk could face Seth Rollins after all at WrestleMania? We're going to have to wait and see. Another thing. Gunther. He had that segment with Seth Rollins this past Monday on Raw. Basically saying he's going to win the Royal Rumble and he's going to take your title. So could this be a situation of WWE changing plans for the Royal Rumble, and instead of having CM Punk go after Seth Rollins, it's Gunther winning the Royal Rumble? And, basically going after Seth Rollins. We're going to have to wait and see. Or are they going to go for the Cody Rhodes route? And they're going to have Cody Rhodes challenge Roman Reigns once again at WrestleMania. Now, keep in mind, Cody Rhodes, in order for him to challenge Roman Reigns again at WrestleMania, he does not have to win the Royal Rumble. Because if you look at Booking 101, you also got the Elimination Chamber, as I've stated multiple times. You got the Elimination Chamber. So clearly, WWE could do something in regards to the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia, because that is going to be a big show. That is going to be a big show. So we're going to have to wait and see what they do. But my pick to win the Royal Rumble, I think it's obvious. It's not going to be Cody, and it's not going to be Gunther. I think, me personally, I think it's going to be CM Punk. CM Punk is going to be the guy that wins the Royal Rumble and goes off to challenge Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I do believe that the Seth Rollins match is still intact, and it's still going to happen because that is a money match to happen. Now, in terms of Seth Rollins regarding his injury, I, for one, am with the argument that, if they hadn't booked the Jinder Mahal match, none of this would have happened. Now, I'm not blaming Jinder Mahal. I'm not blaming Seth Rollins. I'm not blaming the WWE. Because, again, accidents happen in wrestling. That's just the nature of the business. But, again, I'm just saying, if WWE hadn't booked that Jinder Mahal match, we wouldn't be in the mess that we are right now. We wouldn't be in the mess that we are right now. But in terms of the Royal Rumble, I mean, Seth Rollins is clearly going to basically, fight through his injury. And he's still going to show up at WrestleMania. But at what costs? At what costs? Could that jeopardize the potential CM Punk match? We're going to have to wait and see. But I still have hopes that we're going to be getting Seth Rollins versus CM Punk at WrestleMania in the main event of Night 1. That's my hope right there because, again, the presumed main event for Night 1 is Punk versus Rollins, and the Night 2 main event should be and has to be Cody versus Roman. That is what it needs to be. So my pick to win the Men's Royal Rumble is CM Punk. CM Punk will be winning the 2024 Royal Rumble match. But those are my preview and predictions for tomorrow night's Royal Rumble match. I think it's going to be a great show. I'm very excited to see what's going to be going on. In light of all the news and events that have transpired this week, hopefully we have a light at the end of the tunnel.
Thanks, guys, so much for watching this clip from the Wrestle Havoc podcast. If you guys want to watch more content like this, please make sure to like and subscribe to the Wrestle Havoc channel right here on YouTube, in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and as the frickin' referee would say, ring, ring, ring that damn bell for more notifications.